Hey team, this is Ripper here. Hope you guys are doing great. Got a great, awesome game that I had recently with the Haragumo. Yes, it's the Haragumo again. One of my favorite DDs I love playing, and one that most people can get as well. Builds are on the screen. This is the IFHE build, gunboat build, and it's one of my favorite builds right now. It penetrates majority of cruisers, destroyers, and of course some battleships with 32mm armor. Hey guys, we're on our way to 100 subscribers. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit the bell button if you would love to support the channel. We're on our way to 200 subscribers. And first victim of the day is the Mogador. And I had a trouble with this because the Mogador is a really, really fast French DD. If you guys haven't tried it, try it. I like the Marceau and the Kleber. I need to do a review video of the Marceau or Kleber once I get them. But yeah, the Mogador just hits on the juice right there, and just know that it's really, really difficult to hit. But I'm basically leading the best I can, just kind of dragging the gunfire onto him, and he goes off of detection because I need to use smoke right now to go off. Sometimes you just got to know to pick your battles, because I know he was putting a lot of damage on us, and I hit the brakes, and this is exactly why I hit the brakes. Because he's got torpedoes. Because I saw him not firing. When you see a DD not firing, you know that they're launching torpedoes or doing something. So one of the techniques and tactics that we usually do is as soon as you see them stop firing, slam on the brakes, because they're probably judging using the indicator to fire, and as you slam on the brakes, you'll just wait for them to pass by, as they did right there. A really great tactic or technique that really saves you from getting a lot of torpedo hits in a DD, and potentially even cruisers as well. So right now we're going to, just like I said, pick our battles. We're not in a rush. The title of this video is really how to hold a flank with a gunboat. And primarily I'd pick the Haragumo because it's one of my favorite gunboats. But you can really pick an assortment of gunboats that can really maybe provide a lot of gun power at range. I didn't pick the long range build because I think 12-kilometer range is really good. Because you'll watch right here that I maintain a distance constantly away from these ships because I know their dispersion really is not that great at shooting DDs, especially at distance, which is really what you're trying to do. So I'm always looking at my mini-map there and keeping the ships at least out to at least 8 to 10 kilometers because that's the sweet spot for my guns, and I notice it's really bad. Fire some preemptive torps in front of this Veneto here, and he is looking like he's going to go right into him. So I notice I launched one behind and one in front, and we'll see what happens. Oh, we caught him on broadside. Boom! Look at that. Took it down at least 3/4 of his health right now. He is desperately repairing himself. As you can see, his counter ticking up, so we're going to start shooting. I know my IFHE is going to penetrate a majority of his ship right now, at least 37mm. And here we go. Just keep firing, keep firing, keep firing. We reset the cap. Get a fire on that. Look at that, just melting it. And he's healing, but it's not holding up fast enough. Do the fire. Whammy, blammy, he's out of the game. One ship down on the A flank. Now we're going to turn back around, and hopefully my Monarch or Baltimore will support us here. Ooh, got another torpedo hit on the GK, I believe. Yep, the GK, and I think he is damage con that one. And we're going to head back towards the A cap and try to cap it. My team right now on C is doing pretty good. They're overwhelming that, but I literally am going to have to hold A by myself because it looks like the Baltimore will go hide behind this one island here for cover, not show broadside, and the Monarch is following close behind, which leaves the A cap open. I think the Baltimore and GK are thinking, hey, let's cap this one, but unfortunately they forgot I am still here and I'm coming back into the fight. Kansas taken down by the Grosavoy, another great gunboat that you'll later see does a marvelous job in the game, helping us out. Two gunboats really holding off both flanks, pretty awesome. GK, as soon as he enters my gun range, I immediately begin turning away and start kiting away so that I maintain about that 10-kilometer distance like I was talking about, because one, you notice he's bow in on me, so he only has 2 front guns, which is 6 guns, bad dispersion, and his secondaries are not firing once he spots me. So I've got the advantage here, so I'm going to turn back around and get my guns facing on the starboard right side here. And then we're going to start opening up and see if we can set some fires. I know people say IFHE reduces the fire chance, but it's still a fire chance. It's a percentage of however many shells you're shooting. So if you look at the Haragumo, I will at least fire at least a few hundred rounds here. So here we go. 37mm pin, so the GK is not the greatest to shoot at because it's got 60 or 57mm, I believe, all over the deck there, but the superstructure is where we're aiming at, so good aiming will win the game. So you look on the right there, a counter's taken up. We're penetrating at least about, I would say about at least less than half the hits that we're getting here, but we are taking damage or getting damage, and it's just small little paper cuts over and over again, and eventually you're going to see a fire start. So we're going to try to bait him in to try to come towards us, which he's still coming in at us at potentially 3/4 full speed there. Look at him shoot right there, 6 shells, and we'll just jink away a little bit. Doesn't really do much damage. We start 1 fire. That's what we like to see. And we're just playing with the throttles and throwing his guns off. Notice his secondaries are either shooting at someone else or just not paying attention to us. We smoke up, and we are basically going to farm the crap out of this side as well. 13 minutes left in the game. We got 100,000 damage already with the amount of torpedoes hits we had and this little barrage of rainbow-colored HE shells. We get a little bit of help from the, I believe, Monarch there. And we start another fire. So we got 2 fires going right there. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. 63,000. Watch his hit point counter slowly go down. You see that we're really doing some massive damage with this non-stop firing. I love the sound of the guns. Really, really awesome. Turn the volume up. Just listen to the sound of freedom. 48,000, 47,000, 46,000, 44,000. I mean, he's bleeding to death, literally. We launched a torpedo, just 1 rack right in front of him, and I want to throw him off. I kind of keep shooting. You know, I don't want them to think that, oh, he stopped shooting, he launched torpedoes. I want to fake him out going, no, I just had to re-aim and, you know, fired some more guns just to make him think I'm just aiming and firing guns. But I fire another rack at him because I think he's going to turn back in, which he is. So hopefully this rack will get him, and we're just going to keep firing. Just make him think that we didn't shoot torpedoes, hopefully. Reset the cap. Again, they do not capture A at all. We are down at least 6 ships to their 4, and we're just going to leave the smoke area and make them think that we're in the smoke. So a lot of the smoke is good, not only for shooting in, but also throwing off the enemy if they're thinking you're still in there. Watch, see the Baltimore fires in there, and he thinks we're there. Another tactic, you know, is that the Baltimore has 10-kilometer radar, so I always look at his counter and make sure he's at least 10 kilometers away from me, making his radar useless. Now, I know I can full pin the Baltimore. 37 millimeters he does not have, so my guns will do just fine. Look at this. First torpedo hits the GK. Boom! Whammy whammy. Actually getting a lucky torp right there, getting him, and now we're going to go to town and have a nice dance with the Baltimore. So let's dance, ladies and gentlemen, and just let's watch this duel. And this is what's fun. It's just fun of just going back and forth shooting and going back and shooting. He's getting shots on me. I'm getting shots on him. And we're just doing this little dance going back and forth. Look at those penetrations right there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting 25-3 because I'm getting full pins with these IFHE guns. I really don't care about the fires. I just want alpha damage. Benson goes down from the Kremlin. Good job there. We are evening the playing field right here. So far, we have held off A cap. And, we lost our Baltimore and Monarch. I didn't look at the mini-map there. And we are just literally the last line of defense on the A side. I mean, this has been torture for the A team right here on the red team. So we're going to keep firing. Look at the amount of shells we're putting there. And he is rethinking his tactic here. He's going to try to go behind the island. So knowing where he's going to go, know where your enemy's going, he is probably going to go down the 1 line, or up the 1 line, DCB, and I'm basically going to catch him broadside. So I'm going to turn back around, and I'm going to put all my guns facing to the west side of the map here. Yeah, Vladivostok goes down with the gross fire. Good job on the gross fire. Again, another great gunboat to be taking down a lot of the competition on the eastern flank, while we by ourselves are holding the western flank as well. Kremlin takes another kill, another DD kill right there. Mogador is down, the one we were torturing earlier. He didn't have any heals, so it's good that we were whittling down his damage the best we can, and that is really why, you know, you got to really conserve your health. Pick your battles, you know, either disengage, don't fire back, get into smoke, whatever, because your health is key for the DDs to last the majority of the game. So I look at the mini-map right now. They're doing well on the east side right now. My goal is really to head back towards B and keep my guns facing the west side where the Baltimore is. And I know the only thing he can do to try to win the game is come back towards me. So we're just going to sit here and wait. I know I have the advantage because his health is low. I can penetrate all his armor, and his radar will be really useless if I continuously kite away and orbit him at least 10 plus kilometers and rendering his radar useless. Baltimore comes back on just like I thought. We're going to keep our guns facing at him, and we're going to start opening up and get him to shoot. So I know as soon as he shoots, his detection goes loud, and he can't hide from it, and he has nobody else to spot for him as well in this side. So I have the advantage. I control the course of battle here, and you see the full penetrations right there, just constantly getting constant damage. Right there, boom, boom, boom. He goes from 5,700 health, and I think we get him down to 1,800 here. So, I look at my mini map and I see my rings, and I'm literally just kiting away perfectly. So, like, if I need to disengage, I just got to drive away from him, and my detection goes away. Once a ship goes outside of your gun range, your detection literally goes away, and you go dark. So, I'm always keeping him right at the edge there, so I can manipulate, going left, going right, to see if I can. Now he is going away from me now. I think he's like regretting his decisions here, and he's going away to fight another day. He disengaged, smart move on him, and we get him down to about 1,847 health there. Ooh, our team on the east side is not doing so great. GK is really giving him a really good fight to remember here. So we got to hurry up and get this Baltimore out of the game. So I elect to go at the Baltimore. We are literally charging, ladies and gentlemen, a cruiser and a gunboat, but I consider the Haragumo a miniature cruiser. So we are basically going head-to-head, one-on-one. I've got 9,000 health, he's got 1,800, and this is basically a battle of who spots who first and fires the most accurate shots immediately. So I hit the speed boost on, and we're gonna start going towards the Baltimore. Check my range just one more time and see how much I can spot. I think the Baltimore has about a 9.8 kilometer range because he's got a 10 kilometer radar, so maybe 11. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the Baltimore has a 10 kilometer. Somebody in the chat said that they have a 10 kilometer radar. I really don't think they do. I think it's something smaller. We'll see. There he is, about 11 kilometer spotting range right there. So I open up all guns, firing at the same time to get the maximum amount of fire damage, aim at the waterline, and let's see what we get. There's one. Boom, lucky shot right there. Whammy go blammy, he is out of the game. He's out and back to port. We are now at 3-2 with 514, 379 with 7 minutes left in the game. 3 kills and 223 damage. Oh my goodness. GK takes down the Massachusetts, ladies and gentlemen. And we're gonna try to speed it up because I think we can get the GK right here, but I think Gros Savoy actually gets it. So we'll speed the video up a little bit. All right, speeding up a little bit here, and the GK, I believe, goes down to the Gros Savoy. I mean, he is at 4 kills right now. I think he's going to get the Kraken as well in the last one. The Shimikaze's capping D. We are going to cap A and hopefully get the points and keep us in the lead. But this was a really close game, ladies and gentlemen. But look at the power of a gunboat holding its own on A, because I used to like, those cruiser gunboats, but the problem is the detection's so big that, and we're so large that they can take you out, while a destroyer gunboat can really use that concealment to help be more of a hit and run tactic, kind of guerrilla warfare. So, hey, you win the game, Kraken for the Gros right there. Hope you liked the video. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button, like, comment, and dislike to help us get to 200 subscribers. We really appreciate all the support. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys next time for another video. Cheers!